Hey YouTube, it's the Morning Brew. I'm your host, Eric Castillo, and happy Wednesday. I am just about 24 hours away from my wedding day. Well, wedding ceremony, actually, which is tomorrow. After 3 o'clock, I will be married again. And still feeling slightly nervous, very happy, not so hungry anymore, but still gassy. Boy, I'm still gassy. Anyways, gonna just throw it out there. Two things I found on the internet that I really wanted to talk about, but there isn't really much to talk about. First off, a picture of a little baby weasel riding a woodpecker. Awesome. Very Kodak moment. If you don't know what that means or what Kodak is anymore, please look it up. Kodak moments were a thing back in the day. Very obscure thing to capture and a very interesting thing to capture at the same time. But yeah, I didn't really have much to say about it other than it's so freaking cute. Except for that face I'm making it cute now. And the other one is Homer Simpson discovered the formula for the Higgs boson long before physicists did in 2012. Look it up, it's a thing. Simpsons episode 198. I believe that's the one where Homer gets the green crayon removed from his cerebral cortex and makes him a genius and discovers the donut-shaped universe we live in. But the formula he writes on the blackboard actually, if worked out, is only a slightly heavier... the answer is only a slightly heavier deviation of the actual weight of a Higgs boson or something like that. Again, I'm not a physicist. I wish I was. But I just thought it was pretty cool that Homer Simpson, of all people, of all characters, would be accredited with partial discovery of the Higgs boson formula. Which is funny. I believe the Higgs boson was discovered, quote-unquote, back in 1972. Well, there was no way of actually detecting it. Mathematically, I think. So, kind of funny, 1972, 1998, no, 1992. Then, way in 2012, we finally get things going. So, yeah. Just wanted to share that interesting little facts. Anyways, in the news, nothing big, nothing huge to report, except trailer number 3 for Marvel's Avengers Age of Ultron. Yay. I'm a happy nerd. The new trailer is out in Marvel Studios, of course. Conveniently, when I was about to not record because I couldn't find anything really worth recording and talking about, here comes Marvel throwing it on their YouTube channel. And the trailer looks amazing. It still looks as good as I hope it will be. Now, a couple of highlights of the trailer is we have Tony talking about how he came to sort of create the end of the world. In his own words, he was trying to create an armor around the world. A protector, per se, Project Ultron. And unfortunately create a monster in the artificial intelligence that we know as the evil, destroying killer robot Ultron. And, yeah, I mean, it's not Hank Pym. You know, the Ant-Man Hank Pym originally created Ultron. And use his brainwaves as part of the blueprint brainwaves that would make Ultron's AI. But unfortunately, because Hank Pym... Oh, here's what's tough. In the upcoming Ant-Man movie, Hank Pym has been around since when Hank Pym was born, quote unquote. We have some, flashbacks of Hank Pym and Agent Carter and him as the Ant-Man in the 1960s and so on. But unfortunately, because he isn't established yet, we technically can't accredit him for creating Ultron just yet. So it works if we make Tony. I mean, you gotta remember that these are all Marvel Universe's rules of existence. Ultron isn't always created by the same way. Ultron doesn't always exist. In fact, I think in the Ultimates universe, Ultron is actually a Herbie, which is a Fantastic Four helper robot. And It's convoluted and strange. In fact, the Fantastic Four in a different universe are the Hulk, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Ghost Rider. Go figure. Anyways, other highlights in the trailer, we have a possible romance between the Black Widow and Bruce Banner. Not against it. A little bit weird, strange. You kind of hope that Captain Widow would get to creating the super soldier spies. Little baby spies. Baby Avengers. Woo! That's a thing. But no, it looks like Banner and Widow might be getting it on, but it could just be a fake out for the fans because it's Whedon. We can't trust anything he says. It looks like Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are actually working with Ultron and eventually might turncoat on the whole thing. And then, of course, the internal struggle between the Avengers seems to be something that Ultron himself is responsible for. Although I think a lot of it has to do with the way the different mindsets of the heroes collide and crash between each other. But you would think that after the first movie we were past the whole, angsty Avengers moments. But if it makes for good storytelling, let's go with it. And last but not least, there is the quick look at the Vision at the end of the trailer. You only see, half of his face, the purplish violet color, and the green eyes. And he looks good, for what I can tell. And I'm looking forward to this movie for a lot of different reasons. I do like the first Avengers movie. I really do. I like all the films that led up to the build-up. Captain America, the First Avenger, is actually one of my favorite films, period. I think it's a fantastic movie, as much as some fans may not agree, but I don't take it as true to the original origins of Captain America. I don't care. I like it the way it is. I think it's fantastic. And I honestly do like the first Iron Man movie. Don't like the ending too much, or at least the final fight scene. And of course, Thor was good. The Hulk movies, I like the second one a lot better than the first one. But the Avengers movie was fun. Unfortunately, I can say that I can't sit through the entire thing ever anymore. I've seen it 5 times, mostly on TV runs. Saw it twice in theaters, and I was happy. Saw it once when I got it on my Blu-ray collection. And then a handful of times I've seen it on TV, and I'm usually happy to catch it either at the end of its run, where it's the battle for New York, or to catch it a little bit in the middle, where I can get a little bit of the banter and the fun. The reason being is that it's a great movie to watch once or twice in theaters, but it's not Guardians of the Galaxy where you can watch it over and over again at home and still enjoy the scenes over and over again. I'm hoping that this one, with Age of Ultron, it just turns into a better multi-view film. The action sequences and whatnot. I mean, this is like Star Wars A New Hope versus Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. Everybody loves Empire more than New Hope. And we definitely like it a lot better than Return of the Jedi. Jeez, I hope the Infinity Wars don't suck. But then again, it's not a trilogy because we've got at least 5 or 6 films planned in total so far for the Avengers. And who knows how many more. Of course, now that we've had Skye from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. revealed as an Inhuman, maybe we'll see her join the Avengers, maybe not. We got Spider-Man coming into the fray, and Thor, and all. Funny thing is, Thor and everything else got delayed another year for Spider-Man to make his appearance. I don't know how to feel about that. But it looks like a great trailer. I hope it turns out as well as we all hope. Let me know what you think in the comments. What are your hopes and dreams for this film, and what do you dread might be the reality of it? I know a lot of people have issues with Tony being the creator of Ultron, but it's a different Marvel Earth, so deal with it. Last but not least in the news, because I'm keeping this one a little shorter than usual, Ben and Jerry from Ben & Jerry's Ice Cream were interviewed on the Huffington Post website, and somebody came into the comments and said, when are we going to see a weed-infused ice cream flavor by Ben & Jerry's? Ben Cohen said, not a bad idea. It makes sense to combine your pleasures. They both went on to say, we actually don't run anything. We have wiser heads at the company that figure all these things out. It makes sense that the two guys who created the company don't really run the company. They just collect the money and stuff. But yeah, I mean, they're not against legalizing marijuana or anything like that. But okay, I've never tasted this marijuana myself, and I don't plan to. But I wonder, is it really a flavor you want in your mouth? I've never heard anybody say, "Oh man, sometimes you just forget smoking and just want to grab a whole pinch of it and just shove it down your throat. Forget the brownie, just raw. It tastes so good, raw." Never heard anybody say that. Now you tell me somebody says, "Hey, how about brownie flavored ice cream?" Oh, I can understand that. You put brownie chunks in it, some chocolate, some caramel, maybe some pretzels and nuts. I'm hungry. But yeah, Ben & Jerry's ice cream with weed infusion. Oh, Cherry Garcia would be a little bit more accurate if it had weed infused flavoring to it. Although, Chunky Monkey would have to be renamed Funky Chunky Monkey. Moose Tracks. Boy, that just sounds like a bad heroin trip. Although, you know what would be nice? What if Playboy got involved with Ben & Jerry's flavors? Playmate of the Month flavor. You know what flavor I'm talking about. Oh yeah. Their favorite desserts put into one ice cream pint. You dirty bastards. I don't think anything else of it. You did think something else of it. I don't like you. Anyways, that's it for the news. You won't probably likely to see me tomorrow because I'm getting married. So I will be off tomorrow, probably Friday as well, because a lot of people are offering to babysit all 3 kids and allow me and the wife to take an actual honeymoon somewhere. Staycation! But, not likely to happen. If I do happen to film on Friday, it'll be kind of a fluke day. I got a couple of upcoming videos, hopefully. My review on Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate and the new 3DS, and possibly some Diamond Select Toys previews. So, with that, thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe, and tell a friend. You want to make my wedding day happy? Help me break 100 subscribers this coming month. That would be excellent. Our 1-year anniversary comes up on March 20th for this show, so it would be really nice to break 100 subscribers, even though I wanted to break 100,000 subscribers within a year. Never saw that happening. But it'd be nice to break 100. We're currently at 79. We were steady at 77 for a while, but then again, I was steady for 3 months. I was steady at 10. One of them being my other account. So, if you want to do anything nice for me and the fam, it'd be great to break 100 subscribers. Tell a friend. Share this like crazy. Make it I don't want to sound dirty. Make it the weed-infused flavor of Ben & Jerry's. Pass it around. So with that, thank you for tuning in. And until next time, please do yourself a favor and enjoy your brew.